Sanchez, I have to say, they have insulted him a lot in the past. I think he's been Chelsea's player of the season, and I also believe that he's been top 2, top 3 goalkeepers in the league this season.
No, that's going too far.
No. I'm gonna.
We hear the other one way to talk, but that's
No. I'll back it up. You can go.
No,
This one is not steady up.
Real Madrid's players, they are terrible. Like all they want is their career statistics. When I watch it, I'm like, what kind of team is this? They don't play well, right? They score individual goals, and as the league for rich, teams still they take them on. So imagine if the league come good. Real Madrid going like 12 for Premier League. Apologies to Nee for saying that he didn't know what he was talking about money laundering. But when I saw the story about Morata potentially going back to Juventus, I said, I think Nee was on something here because the money laundering they are doing with Morata. Bro,
he's a 2. He's a big 2.
Bro, Morata and Lukaku need to investigate those 2 players. He's finished at the top 2 because when you've signed the 2 best players, right, and you can't still find a way to win games. Why is it not winning now?
There's a new tactics that works now that he doesn't know anything about.
Lamens will turn out to be Couture in 2 years. When you watch him, you'll be like, this is the closest thing I've seen to Couture. That's what I'm going to say. Like, say, Lookman not go Fenerbahce. This week like this, they will just say, impact. You get. But Lookman, thanks for taking one for the culture.
You think they talk?
If you found it's because we're boring fake. It's fake. No.
Give me 5 million.
You understand?
The guys are like characters in a film. It's like a weekly TV show. I think the camaraderie between the guys, myself, Ini, IBK, Wale, of course, as well as Rufai, creates an interesting dynamic that I think the viewers certainly relate to.
THP over the years has been a necessity, still is a necessity, at a time where everything feels fast and regurgitated.
Our cultural space was craving realness, heritage, and intention, and that is why I'm able to be myself on the podcast.
Oh yeah, now predict that now.
I've seen games like this.
We've been able to move with clarity to deliver something with restraint, depth, and timeless wit. And in many ways, we've been able to reset the standard to show what is possible from an African cultural and storytelling perspective.
In the first half,
I don't know the game that you watched, but in that first half, the team that looked like they were going to score the most was us.
For us, it's not punditry, it's artistry. There's a self-awareness to what we're doing. For us, we're driving our cultural nuances in every single conversation, and I think that's what we keep trying to do.
THP at Season 6 is a proof that when your product is sharp and your values are intact and your timing is intentional, you have a chance of building something that is authentic.
We're playing a different game, not one based on virality or chasing the algorithm, but one built on value.
We're not looking to scale at all costs. We're building substance, and we want that to scale over time.
After 6 solid years with the guys, I realized that we are not just a sports show that's entertaining, but an entertainment show that truly knows sports. I'm sure you know that already.
He just needs more oil. I will collect on 70,000. I said, this guy, he would never make it.
But all of this means nothing if no one is ready to receive it. And that's where you, the viewers, come in.
Thank you for allowing us to play our position and allowing our work to speak for itself.
So every now and then I go somewhere to different places and someone recognizes you, and that totally humbles me because of the fantastic community we've been able to build.
All of this is not enough without you guys.
Thank you and welcome.
Welcome to Season 6.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hindsight Podcast, THP Plus, actually, on a Monday morning. And we're making a habit of recording on a Monday morning. We're a bit late today, so we'll figure it out as time goes on. But it's great to have IBK Sports here and luckily Rufai in the house as well. Nemo Monday had to, be somewhere else, so we couldn't quite get him on the pod. But a pleasure to have you, gentlemen, this morning. Wins for everybody, so nobody is taking the beating. Like last week, where he was pretty much under the cosh a little bit.
Yeah, I'm very well. I'm very well. Good to see you this morning, this lovely Monday morning. Olakunle Rufai as well. It's good to see my guys. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
What's going on with IBK? Which accent be that? I beg IBK. What did they happen?
Rufai, what's good?
I, I'm good though. It's I don't know what's going on with IBK. It be like say one and last just
No,
enter because I don't understand this accent when they drop this morning. Because now when money don't enter, now I won't get confidence to come. Because I don't know. Since when they do this podcast, I never hear you. Let's do it. Let's do it.
let's get it done, man.
I think I see the sport. I see the gaming chair behind you. That's 400 racks. So I don't have money.
Yeah.
250 racks.
You get it, right? Anyway, what's the argument you guys had in the group about Real Madrid? Because I didn't quite get it. Like there's some things I come and say. I'm like, I don't have the treasure for this, man. What's the thing about the penalty? What's that about?
One dubious penalty.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say. But
Yeah,
what
I
I would
saw-
say is that La Liga,
Yeah.
that La Liga, they needs a serious cash injection. I'm telling you.
But those guys are broken. What?
The league, league, like that's how you know Real Madrid are very Real Madrid's players they are terrible. Like all they want is their career statistics. They don't care. They want everything literally. When I watch it, I'm like, what kind of team is this? They don't play well, right? They score individual goals, and as the league for rich, teams still they take them on. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? So imagine if the league gone good. Real Madrid going like 12 for Premier League or like 14.
They're not a very good side. I think anybody can beat them. Like if you come to the Premier League with the way they are playing now, obviously individual brilliance would save them in some games. Mbappe will come, score 2, score 3, 2 chances, go score 1. But on a normal day, Bournemouth hold this Madrid side. If Bournemouth, when we say the way they run, because is it not right Vallecano they played? Yes, was it right? It was right Vallecano they played.
It was Vallecano.
And I saw like a short clip of the penalty they got that won them the game. I'm like, but if that is a penalty, then we should just stop football and say let everybody go and take a rest for like a year.
What do we watch Australian Open?
You understand? So, go watch F1.
So talking about investment, I think Yugi was talking about investment, and I was saying something on the pod the other day that the qualities in the Premier League is getting tinier. Like the disparity in quality is getting tinier every season because a lot of these clubs are, people are investing in the clubs, and there was a point I think that was happening in La Liga as well, like some years back where someone bought Malaga, someone made investment, I think at Girona and the rest, but it still didn't live up to the qualities we were expecting. Don't forget that when there was an investment, in Malaga, they made it to Europe. When there was an investment in Girona, I think they also made it to Europe. So that's to show you that I think that what can make the La Liga, more competitive is when all these other clubs are, when you have someone who prioritize, let me buy this club, let me bring in players, let me invest. Because, like you said, I before when people say, Barca will not survive in the Premier League, Madrid will not survive, I think before I would have argued that I don't think so. But now, you want to face Crystal Palace, you are thinking. You want to face Fulham, you are thinking. You want to face, Everton, you are in trouble, bro. There's no easy week at all.
Right?
What did you say?
People, before La Liga fans think are trolling. They just be troll. Again, I have no real allegiance to the Premier League, but say no, my papa, it's not my. Again, what I'm really saying is that what I am watching, on a weekly basis, you go think and say, today, man, by 4 o'clock, we might be in trouble by 4 o'clock. I don't think that as a Barcelona fan, you can walk into a weekend thinking that you are fucked.
Bro, like in our head, we're always winning all the games, which is
You know,
very
so
unrealistic.
so
Like,
when you don't win, so when you don't win, it's like a wow. We don't
It's
win.
like heaven will fall.
yeah,
Let me even say this, right? IBK, that's one part of it, investing in the clubs. But you see, La Liga itself, I don't know if it's the Tebas guy that's the president of the La Liga, whatever. I've never seen a more useless. I'm trying to find the right. You see, the guy that is it the chief executive or something of the Premier League or whatever. I think there was a change a year or so. How many years ago? You almost never hear the person.
No, Richard. I think it was Richard Masters.
Richard, you almost never hear them speak. Like it's rare. Like they're just there. They're doing what they have to. Because we have our mechanisms of working, and you almost never hear them speak. But this guy is in the press every other week. He's in the press every other day. Today he's bantering Real Madrid. Today he's in support of Barcelona. The other time he's bantering the guys in the German league. He's insulting somebody that bought one player. He's insulting. I've never seen somebody more useless at their job, but they have something to say about every other person's job. So
that would have been done.
It's okay. It's okay to invest in the individual clubs. It goes a long way. But the league itself, what Premier League have cracked, and it's also one of the things that we complain about, that what they put out on social media or the referees do this, how they market it. We complain about some of those things. But what Premier League have cracked is that, look, this is how we get this thing going, and this is how we get this thing to remain on top. The investors that will come and say, look, Wolves are bottom of the table. I want to invest in Wolves. That investor knows that even if Wolves relegates, they're still going to make money. Because if we go to the Championship and we find a way to make it back, it's a huge amount of money we're getting. That's one. If we don't get relegated, wherever we finish on the Premier League table, we're going to get so amounts. Now, beyond all of that, every week that we play, social media is buzzing. Our YouTube is buzzing. That is buzzing. So there are a lot of levels to it where the La Liga, they are operating like they just go carry some people come from inside bush. May they come, they operate.
Yeah. No, it's terrible, man. It's terrible.
True.
It's terrible. If not for that,
you really cannot fault it.
And let's go Madrid. They almost call them, give them an award for making La Liga somewhat, because
enjoyable to an edge competing.
Yeah, because it's terrible, man. It's terrible. I became had a good weekend. So they say Yamal they try. They try start part for Ballon d'Or. You get?
No, it goes. It's on a good run. It's on a good run. I think 9 goals in the league already, so better than last season. And
you see,
you guys have forgotten that this guy is still a kid. As much as you want to put pressure on him.
You don't remember now. You don't remember now.
The standard rule I don't set for my boy.
It only took.
Esteban never scored 5 goals. Esteban never scored 5 goals this season. Esteban never scored 5 goals this season. Now they put pressure on Yamal.
Your boy. You.
Nah, not serious.
We with the same they don't even play Esteban. Now you set the standard for your boy.
When I say Esteban need dressed. But basically collect money.
You say this weekend we pass now. They say he has gone to Brazil for family reasons. Somebody posted a video saying, wait, so this boy actually go Brazil to go church. You don't see church go for London. Now church he go Brazil. Go draw. I said, Papa, make it go. Make it go.
If that's gonna keep him grounded, I'm all for it.
I'm telling you, you should go. Because that time when they tell you about your you need to manage this boy. You need to let him not play. You say no. Have you seen it? You they slap them.
No. Rufai, this season he has been managed well. To be honest, this season he has been managed. At least there are some games that there are some games that they will purposely rest him. So
yeah, I agree with that. Why do I even want Yamal to be managed properly? Is that I think I want to see the kid play for a long time, right? And what we have seen is that when you play that amount of games that early, you are up against it. Secondly, when you now add a very you have a bravado lifestyle then you can have that number by 2 again.
It almost never ends well. It almost never ends well.
It never ends
when you carry that weight of being an absolute superstar from day one, and not just the fact that people are calling you a superstar, you also now like, you know what, that's what I am and that's how I'm going to live. When you carry that burden or that pressure very early as a kid, it almost never ends well.
Alcaraz is just almost the same thing like Yamal, and he's doing well. He's doing fine.
He's doing well. And when did he start? What's his age? I said it almost never ends well. When did he start? What's his age? What's his age now?
I mean, you did talk say
I've not seen Alcaraz off the pitch.
What's in talk?
I've not seen Alcaraz off the pitch, but I think on the pitch he's exceptional, and I've listened to him a little bit. I think he sounds gracious when he's winning. Yamal sounds like this thing is a joke.
You see the day I knew Yamal. You see the day I knew Yamal is in trouble. People like say they don't win at me small now. The day I knew he was in trouble was the day he said, "Oh, Madrid players or fans are saying, they can't tell me anything when I'm winning. If I lose, they can talk." That's the day I knew he was in trouble. Because it's life. You're going to lose at some point.
Yeah.
It's life. So when you lose, you're not going to get grace from anybody.
But everyone can't be humble. Everyone cannot be humble.
So what I say is,
everybody cannot be humble now. That's character.
Everybody cannot be humble. If everybody was humble, humility will lose its meaning. Everybody cannot be humble. That's why when you are humble, there's a reward for it. When you are not humble, there's a reward for it. Everybody go.
Me that reward come first. Move.
Not the same now. We don't see the sweetie infection now, and we don't see.
They don't demand the sweetie way now.
When
they don't give our
When you say it never ends well, right? I think it almost never ends well, right? I think that is right. I was watching the Grammys, right? I was watching highlights of the Grammys, and I saw Justin Bieber, and it just clicked to me that it's not just in football; it's in life generally.
It's in life generally.
Once a kid has a normally a plane takes off, you take off, a bit like you're trying to go. When you have a vertical dive, that kind of thing, or a vertical climb rather, you're most likely going to have a vertical dive as well. So I saw Bieber, and Bieber was, I was like, this guy is still Bieber is what, 33 now? So I'm like, this guy is our mate. You understand? But it feels like he dropped a number of the year, nomination type quality project, but it kind of feels like he's off. But the guy is just starting his life. Do you get?
Exactly.
Anyway.
And the biggest part of it, just to say finally, the biggest part of it is the psychological and the mental repercussion of it. Because whether you like it or not, you are a child. 17, 18, Bieber became a superstar at a younger age than even that. Do you understand? So whether you like it or not, you're a child. And it takes, by the time you get to a certain stage where your childhood has been taken for it. I remember, Michael Jackson, there was that thing he used to say about him. Guy was a superstar, was singing from 5, 6, 10, I don't know.
Yeah.
So it takes something away from you. That joy of childhood where you're just playing, no pressure, it takes that away from you. And you see, when you grow to a certain level, the mental strength you are supposed to develop to then be able to start handling pressure at a certain age, you didn't develop that thing. You were thrown into from beginning. So it is very rare that you are able to then develop that mental strength as you go, for being a child and then go. So that's why it will take a toll at some point. Mentally, you might become tired. You're not interested in this craft anymore. You don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. You don't, like Avicii, God rest his soul, at some point he said, I don't want to perform anymore. I am not interested.
Yep. I think it just clicked to me now, man. What are we talking about again? It's time and seasons, right?
Yeah.
Nature's balancing act is that you have a time to grow, then you have a time to to plant and time to harvest. When you can choose which one you want to have early. If you want to have a peak early, then you're guaranteed you're gonna nosedive fast. So you have to pick one.
Yeah.
So it's just nature. That's what nature has set in place. We can't go against the grain. You understand? I don't show me one child star, right, that has kept the same this thing. Very few. And if you find that exception. That's exception.
You see what you just asked now? People would naturally start giving you example. How about this guy? How about this guy? But you know what movies have done for me, right? Is that, you know, there are movies that you watched like maybe when you were younger, and now you remember the movie or you see it somewhere online and like, you know what, let me see this movie again.
I want to see it again, yeah.
Yeah, and then when you see the movie again, you then start identifying, oh, the guy that's a superstar now, that's him as a child.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what movies have done for me in that regard is that I've seen actors that, oh, that's the guy that acted in that 1980 movie. Where's the guy now? I'm going to go online and Google the guy. There are those I've seen that are dead. There are those I've seen that died because of drug addiction. There are those, like, the ones that people will give you an example of are like the small exceptions that...
there's always an exception. Yeah.
Structure around you, okay, they then help you through. You know, but there are a lot of them that are falling off. A lot.
Take Miley Cyrus, for example. Miley Cyrus was the biggest child star, you know. But I mean, she's okay today, but she doesn't want any bit of that anymore. Do you understand? Because if I talk about the joy of childhood is something that every child needs to experience. You make your mistakes and nobody sees it. You make they cover you up. So that when you get older,
you're not being
judged. I can get away with it before. I know I can't do it now anymore. Right? With Yamal now, it's like he's living his entire life at once. Like everything, babes, balling, peak, scoring top goals, champion, all that kind of stuff. At some point, now you go say, you know what? To hell with you guys, I don't want to be part of it anymore. Because like I said before,
I remember.
So he doesn't.
I remember.
You understand?
I remember that time we they always talk about Yahoo boys. Say if you go do jazz now, you want to spend your future now. Person comes in about that future, make I spend down now.
Even G-boys go that part, say, let me spend it now. So you trade. It's a trade-off. You either have it now, or Anyway, that's a nice bit for that. I was seeing one of the stories I saw this week that really caught my attention was the Chelsea Raheem Sterling thing, and I remember telling somebody. I remember seeing the tweet that he has left. They've come to. I think left yet. They've come to a mutual.
Yes, they will finally.
Yeah,
they've come to a mutual thing, and I mean, Niger boy, I did look at my calculator. I did look. I said 22 Mike. This guy left it on the table, right? And I was like, whoa, this guy is a better man than me. But then I remember what I said, when I watched the Zlatan Piers Morgan interview, which is one of the best interviews I think has ever been done. And Zlatan saying, look, after some amount of money, extra doesn't change your life dramatically at all, right? I mean, this is 22 million, like Queen Elizabeth sterling, right? I will not leave that money on the table. We go gather the club. We go gather it till end. But the perspective is that, the context is that Sterling has been a star since he was 16, right? Playing, I think Sterling has been, I think by 20 or 22, Sterling must have been on 200k, something like that. I don't know, I'm not sure. So the guy has racked up easily in career earnings. He probably don't do like 100 mic. Do you understand? How much difference does an extra 15 million here or there do to his life?
Aside from sponsorship, endorsements, and all.
You understand? Yeah, he just wants to be happy. He just want to be happy now. Now, man. I just want to go play somewhere I'm happy, man.
Yeah, I think the thing with choosing between money and playing football is it happens when probably like someone like Sterling now. Sterling is old enough, and if I was Sterling, to be honest, I would obviously go for the money. But at some point, these guys, don't forget that they play football every day. They live football. They eat football. That's why when the player retires, it's always almost difficult for them to start living through life. So I think for what Chelsea did well was to not allow him to play football. They knew that if they go their own way, there is no way this guy will call us, "Abe, come." me will settle this thing because he wants to play football. And just like what Gary Bale did with Real Madrid, Bale chose the money, which I feel is actually fine enough. Because in the end, footballers want to play football, and some will tell you that no, my career is ending. Let me. There's no more. See, they'll say in Yoruba, they'll say "Owo kin tolowo." That means that even as rich as you are, you still want more money. I feel that statement you made, that he's made so much money all his career. Yes, he has, but in the end, he wants to make more. He's already retiring from Chelsea. Where's he going to go to? How much is he going to earn?
In Africa, that will happen.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, but the thing about it is like the Lookman transfer. Yeah, I think Fenerbahce wanted to give him, I think, 11 million a year.
Yeah, they were paying more. Yeah.
Atletico are giving him 7 million a year. So at some point, you have to then realize, what is this 4 million? Like,
what is this 4 million?
4 million? Because whether you like it or not, Atletico is a better move footballing wise than
living in Spain, the sunshine.
Fenerbahce. You understand me? Because if you're playing in Fenerbahce, with all due respect to Turkey, it's a nice country, but in terms of the league, it's almost going to be a playing in obscurity. Nobody will care about you.
It smells bad. It looks bad. It tastes bad. Everything is bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Yeah.
So, if you play at Atletico Madrid, that's top 3 best team in La Liga. So it's a better move on all levels. And you're not going to say because of 4 million, so I'm going to go to Fenerbahce. It would have been a terrible decision if that's the only reason you are then decided you're going to go to Fenerbahce.
Yeah.
A horrible decision. So that's the Sterling knew that I've made a lot of money. If I leave, whoever I sign for, I'm still going to make money. It might not be up to this 350 a week that I'm sitting on at Chelsea, but I'm still going to make money. I'm not going to go and play for free for anyone. So why am I going to sit here just because of, and he did it for a while. He has even he did it for a while. So he has made enough money for a while that he has done it and said, look, I'm not going. Because if he wanted, he could have left last summer if he wanted.
Yeah.
He did it for a while. He's taking more than enough. He's like, look, let me go and play wherever, however.
No, in fact, Sterling's is a good point to make with Lookman, because Sterling's decision is consistent because he actually wanted to stay in London. That's why he didn't leave to Bayern. Because I think company had put the phone to him and called him and said, look, come through. I think some German clubs had called him and said, look, I want to be here. And that wasn't a money. That was a family comfort decision, right?
Yeah.
22 minutes. But the Lookman thing, Doc has to Lookman. I'm happy to see all of that come to an end finally.
Yeah.
And they say, good things come to those who wait. And this is one of the situations where that really, came to the fore. And the kid deserves it. He does deserve it. Finally.
Yeah.
And I like
him play football, and he's going to be. And I like that he's gone to La Liga, because I didn't want him to come back to the Premier League. I like that he has gone to La Liga.
When you're slowing down, you don't want to come back to the Premier League.
You don't.
Only Ronaldo is allowed that kind of this thing.
You get even aside from even slowing down, I feel like slowing. It feels like slowing down because of where he was at Atalanta and everything that's happened. But in Premier League, aside from the pressure that comes with it, social media and all that, every mistake is magnified. All that, you coming back to the Premier League, there's a way it creeps into your mind. I have unfinished business there. I want to go there and prove that I can do well there. I don't want to go to Atletico and play football.
Yeah. By the way, I have to apologize to first of all, shout out to Jide, who put in a long range a tweet on Lookman, because I don't say like Lookman not go Fenerbahce this week like this. They will just say impact. You get. But Lookman, thanks for taking one for the culture.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
I'll be honest. I don't know what you see.
Don't worry. They must say Osimhen say no. Say Osimhen, so just like Ronaldo went to Saudi and players followed him there.
I see Osimhen for dream, not when you want them.
Because we have to be clear, like when Ronaldo went to Saudi, brought Benzema, brought Kante, brought Mahrez,
basically.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. You understand? We're not going to do that.
So carry the Super Eagles captain go Turkey. So that's he's the captain.
Which captain be that?
He did place for Besiktas now.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He's been at Besiktas now. Indeed.
They should leave our football, I beg. That's my humble opinion. You get that's my humble opinion. We should leave us alone, right? That's the question.
Jide just unforgiving of bad behavior. You don't like bad behavior. That's
Jide, we need to set up a meeting with Jide and Victor, right? A face off just to clear the air talks.
We'll lock them for room. They must get conversation.
No, grown man stuff. Clear the air talks. You understand? One of the biggest MCs, in the country. Certainly the biggest striker in Africa, and let's just clear the air. Let's they say how good it is for brothers to live in peace and unity, right? Right. Anyway, that's that for that, right? Yeah. Speaking of which, apologies to Nee for saying that he didn't know what he was talking about money laundering, but when I saw the story about Morata potentially going back to Juventus, I said, I think Nee was on something here, because the money laundering they are doing with Morata, bro,
he's a two. He's a big two,
bro. Morata and Lukaku need to investigate those two players because they keep moving at the same time. Like two of them,
I know be small price, bro. No be small price. No be say na £5 million on that. You go to get 30 million.
So I think the Morata thing. The reason is because this thing, the guy don't move so much that I'm thinking, okay, there has to be something here other than like there has to be something logical here. And the only thing I can come up with is I feel the reason Morata moves so much is that he's never settled anywhere. I don't think he's ever been to a club. The one club that I felt like Morata would go there and Atletico Madrid. But somehow Morata is never settled anywhere. I've never seen him go somewhere and
he has played for Milan too, right?
About him like, our striker we finally have to, or he too is talking about the club like, I can't do where I like now. I've never seen it. He once he play a few games, score here. Once he score 2 games.
Somebody go insult him. Somebody go break into your house. Somebody go break into your house. Somebody go insult him. Somebody go insult the wife. You go say you don't like her here. Say don't break your house.
Anyway. He's never. So he's always ready to move.
Someone said that you need to meet
the there's some million something on the table in that place. So his bag is ready.
Get it done. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, one of the things I liked the most last week, I kept watching it over and over again, was the Benfica goalkeeper. I saw the meme said Sateta calling better and saying, "Look, goalkeeper is score corner. I need that. I need that for this last lap of the league. I will need that.
You be stopping.
See, bro, did you guys see the Arsenal, the Leeds game, the Leeds Arsenal game?
I don't see that
game. See, Arsenal fans, this is where I talk. This is I'm about to say now, banter / more banter. Bro, I don't know what happened to Saka. I'll be honest. I don't know why he didn't play. But you see, like I said, the reason we make Arteta start, Madrid came from beginning. He gave him only one thing to deliver. Whatever you do in this game, deliver me corners. Bro, if you see the way they play the corners against Leeds, I think of the 4 goals they scored, Gabriel Jesus scored a very fantastic goal. That was a very finish.
Bro, you know, see that corner away. Even keep ourselves punch that point.
Bro, they play the corner like this, like say. Madrid cannot be play corner just now.
Bro, Madrid on the bench, they didn't swing that. I said, I thought this so that your life, so that your vision be this for this world.
Bro, I thought
I feel like the next job will be set piece coach.
Yeah.
The next job will be set piece coach. I think he has a future in the NFL. You get the guy understands. He understands projectile direction and movement. You understand? I give that to him very much. Anyway, I mean, it's a good place to start, right, with Arsenal. I think that we can make a joke about it, we can laugh about it, but to go back and win against Leeds was very, very important. It was very important. Leeds were in not bad form at all. So to go there and was their first goal from the corner.
Yeah, I think it was the first goal from the corner. Madueke assisted one. Who scored that one? I think it was his. No. Then Madueke then crossed for the
corner.
Then Gabriel Jesus, I think that was the fourth goal, very good one. Or Gyökeres was the fourth goal. The Gyökeres one, I can't remember if that one too was from the corner, but I think at least two of those goals or something.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, yes, I saw that. I thought it was important for them to win, because look, it takes something to come back from from that United loss against Leeds. Leeds are a good team, and win again, and not just winning, but Gyökeres scored, Jesus scored as well. So very good win for Arsenal. And what we have seen is that when Man City lose the way they've lost, it just gives more credence to Arsenal's readiness to win this title. I think they're ready to win it. No thanks to Man City, and that's what I always tell people. That people talk about Pep Mourinho and say, "Oh no, Mourinho is finished at the top. He's finished at the top." Is Pep finished at the top too? Because when you've signed the two best players, right? Well, the two of the best players in the league, right? Semenyo is one of the best players in the league. Gueye is one of the best players in the league, certainly in top 5. And you can't still find a way to win games. Then you see that argument people used to make. You say, Mourinho went to Spurs. Was there any point in Mourinho's time at Spurs, right? Except the first the way he had King, right? Where you had the best players that Pep has had now, right? Pep has been struggling. Pep has been struggling for like a year and a half now, right? In his own team, changed team, now still in his own team, now still they call all the shots, but he's struggling. So I always tell people you have to approach competitions with some circumspect, some level of circumspect, and you can put away your bias for a bit, right? So why is Pep not winning now? Just as the question, like, so if somebody can tell me why he's not winning now, why is he not winning now? Has he suddenly become the non-genius?
Has left him. There's a new tactics that works now that he doesn't know anything about.
Is Thomas Frank suddenly outsmarting him in games? Like, what's happening?
What I find ridiculous is very simple, right? What I find the concept of coaching. What I find ridiculous is coaching football has left this person behind. I've never heard anything more stupid. And obviously it started in the media in the UK and everything, and then people started regurgitating it everywhere. I've never heard anything more stupid, and the reason is this. And I'm not insulting the people that said it. I'm saying like the line, the statement itself is a very I don't want to sound like I saw people that said it. The statement itself is a statement that somebody that's not well informed will make, because football is not something that leaves you. Like coaching, knowing how to put teams together, team that has quality, talent, drive, it's not something that leaves you. You can say, oh, you know what, I'm not interested in this thing anymore, or I am too old that my body doesn't carry me.
Yeah.
But even the concept of aging, your body can age. What I've also realized with the people that are older than us, for example, a little bit, is that your body can start aging, but it takes a while for your mind to catch up with your body. That's if you see like 40-year-olds approaching 50, or people in mid-40s and everything, they are getting old. But you see a lot of them, they still dress like that, because it takes a while for your mind to catch up to your mind is now old. Oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like football, there's nothing that is happening in football now that is new. So how can you then say that this football now has left somebody behind when there is nothing happening now that is new? Everything that's happening now is an iteration of something that used to exist. Football is not something that leaves you. What happens is, oh, your body can't carry you anymore. Even the playing of the football, what happens is that your body can't carry you anymore. Your mind, you get to a point. But the idea of football leaving you, I've never heard anything, especially as a coach, I've never heard anything more ridiculous. What can happen? Different things can happen. Oh, you don't have quality players anymore. Like we're seeing with Pep. It's not that the players are not quality, but they are not on the level of the ones he used to have. They are absolutely not. And you see,
It's simple as that. I always said it, like Pep's system requires Pep's system, right? I think the way he sees the game is great, right? But it's a system that is is ultra expensive to maintain. Like it's very high maintenance, right? Pep needs the highest level of technicians, right?
For the style he chooses.
Yeah, to take the detail, because I have to give him that. He sees the game there's the way Pep sees the game, like it's like something opens up in the mind, like, look, if we do this and do this, it can work. But it takes some genius level type players. Your Bernardo, your David Silvas, right? Your David Silvas you won't see a player like that again, right? Your Bernardo Silvas. These are I don't know how to explain them. Your Aguero. Wait, once you give me the Bruyne again, it's like this Bruno that's playing now. Where you go see Bruno Fernandes again?
And I think
Please, when we start talking about Bruno, come to me. Come to me. When we start talking about
people say, I like if I was saying, I really don't think you can say football has left a coach. And I always say that the major problem with having a coach that has been here for a long time is, having to adapt to generational change. You have new generation of players that are not so dedicated as the previous ones, and you need to start all over again with man management, making them understand a lot of things, teaching them football again, teaching them what you think.
See the picture of Garnacho where he sent me for DM. This brother has been stinking up the place. He go do face tattoo.
You get, and these things do not happen then. Yeah. So what think coach want to for that kind of player now? What think coach want to?
What think coach want to for that kind of player?
So, so it's not that one.
One thing Flick won't tell your mouth. Like, I can tell that if Flick was in his native country, right, with Yamal, he got on fine with bench the boy. Say, you know what? If I can get this boy out of the team, let's get him out. Because at the point, Flick was tired of the kid. He was like, this kid is going to destroy my team dynamic.
I don't need all this off-field.
Even Barca as a whole, we've never had a player that is this out of sort. Like the way we know Barca as, a club that is, we say more than a club because Barca is known for discipline. I remember when Neymar came to Barca, Neymar was all this, Hollywood kind of player. The guys tell Neymar, this is your hairstyle, a lot of things changed. Neymar started acting like now this is business. And I think that's why I said that there is a generational culture there's a generational shift in terms that you need to. I think the clubs are beginning to accept that these boys are Gen Z. You really cannot change anything. Like this is they grew up knowing social media. They grew up knowing not knowing a lot of things that happened in the past. Just like this fella and Whiskey conversation as well. A lot of people will tell you that they don't give a fuck who fella is. They don't know fella. You can't blame them, and that is the truth. You really cannot. That is what they know. You cannot.
I blame society.
Those ones I blame them.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot.
No, I will tell you why I blame them. I blame them.
There's a popular African saying, right? You cannot have a future. You cannot know your future if you haven't identified your past. You get an African proverb.
So it's simple. The reason I blame them is this. I mean, I don't even want us to, but since you've gone there, just simple and we move on. What all those things are happening that you say, oh, these boys, they don't know who fella is, so you can't blame them. No, number one, those ones are stupid people because it's starship. That one is driven by stanship. The stupid people. That's number one. Number two is that if they tell you, say, this guy is a legendary, especially in this day and age. Back in the day, they tell you that, you don't know that guy. That guy now he still hard small to find information. You go to find newspaper. Now social media. They tell you, say, man, fella is the greatest, whatever. All you have to do is pick up your phone and then Google and see who he is. Now, the part I agree with you is that even when you Google, I can understand that for the new age guys, for the Gen Z guys, even when you Google, you just can't actually get the cultural influence. You can Google and see all the information of what he did, but you would never understand the cultural, like what it means being at that moment and seeing and living what this person was doing. I can understand that. However, once you have Googled, I have seen that, this is what this person is. You go relax for any takes where you want drop. That's why I said that one has stanship. They're useless.
I used to wonder, just to wrap up on this fella whiskey thing. I'm not even concerned about the whiskey thing. Because I think when two people allow themselves to descend into, some level of idiocy, so to speak, then anything is allowed. You understand? Everything is everything is on the table. I used to wonder. Sorry, I used to wonder why. I used to wonder why, Afrobeat, right, was separated from Afrobeat. It never made sense to me, right? Until I went into, I started digging, and I came to understand, right, that nobody does Fela's kind of music.
No,
right?
Nobody does.
Nobody does Fela's kind of music, right? Nobody before him, nobody did it, right? After him, nobody had done it. So for me, it only now makes sense, right? So that genre, that beat, Afrobeat, is only for him. Like it should be left, it's left sacred for him. Do you get? And I couldn't have known this if I didn't spend.
You're very loud and clear.
I can hear you, Rufai.
I think you received the call.
Maybe poor coming.
Oh man, I think Rufai's network or IBK's network. I don't know.
UB.
I think it's my own network. Yeah, can you hear me?
You received the call, right? Okay, you're back.
Right. Yeah, I was saying that I never understood this. Why it was Afrobeat and Afrobeats, but I went digging, like, because I'm a bit also too young to have listened to Fela in his real time. Obviously, we caught on the end of it, so to speak. But except you're like 40, or 45, you didn't watch Fela real time, right? Yeah. So in digging, I now understood that cool. It is actually right to allow this guy should actually Afrobeats is him. The Afrobeats, right, is what everybody's doing now. So yeah, from going back to IBK and Rufai, both your points, it is I think there is an onus on people to develop themselves, and I think that's one of the biggest flaws of the culture we have now, where people I see people asking Grok stupid things. Do you get? You can just read, just scroll down a little bit. Say Grok, what's the context here? You can go and read this thing, right? Grok, what's happening here? So before Grok come, Anyway,
that's the reality.
Let's talk about Chelsea.
That's the reality,
right? Let's talk about Chelsea. And I watched the Chelsea game because I was telling Rufai last week that I haven't caught up on the Rosemary thing yet. I haven't watched his games yet, right? So I took last week to actually watch the game and see exactly what he's up to. And the first half was just disjointed, man. I was like, first I was like, what kind of disjointed performance is this like? But I do think that one of the key things in any football team, even more important than tactics, is when a team can sense that when a team knows that we're not down and out, we're gonna be there, right? Now, I was seeing the halftime, Sánchez was apparently going halftime. I was telling Chelsea fans, everybody calm down. We have 45 minutes to play. 45 minutes to play. We'll come back and play, right? And I thought that took a lot of that reflects for me that reflects something that he knows about the dressing room. And I think I was very pleased to see that they could back that up with, with a comeback. So good performance. And that can only add feathers to the manager's cap. I think the manager will be very pleased with. I think managers are better off having stats like that than having smooth sailing. We go with 3-0, everybody's dandy. So that's what I thought. And that Garnacho.
I always say that the influence I always say that the influence of a manager is when you want to say someone is a coach is when you look at their substitution, you look at what they do when they are losing. I think that's what makes up a coach. And most coaches, you ask them, do you want to win a game? Like let's say you start scoring, you win the game, or you want to be goes down and try and make changes and make effective. A lot of them will tell you, I think they will enjoy the fact that they want to enjoy the pressure at some point. They want to know if truly I can bring in a player, make changes, make effect, and the rest. And I think that was what Liam did against West Ham. That game, I already thought that, 2-0, I don't think they're going to come back. But the changes he made, the way he was able to tweak, some things in the second half, was the reason I would say that this is why they pay you as a coach. This is why they pay you a lot of money. Not just, you leading out from the start, making a change, the person comes in, scores one goal. That's really not what it is. I'm not saying that coaches don't want to enjoy football, but in the end, I think the reason you are being paid well is in times of trouble, how then can we
You're right.
And that's what happened against West Ham. Yeah.
You're right. So that's why you get paid the big ball.
So interestingly, I would give the guy Rosinho a lot of credit because I think that he knows, which is weird because he's a young manager. He knows how to. He's possibly a better man manager than a tactical manager. The tactical side of things, he's learning a lot of it. Okay, I mean, new coach, you expect that you need time to even learn more about your players, and all that. But I think the tactical side of things, he's learning as he's going. I think he's a better man manager from some of the way, because of the way he relates. I think the players like him. At least from the beginning, from this beginning. That said, that win against West Ham, for everything he did, I think fantastic. The fact that he made his subs very early. One thing he has made very clear to the players is that I know the weight makes sub. That means what that means is you don't have a lot of time to prove to me that you deserve to remain on the field. Against Napoli, he brought on Gittins when we were losing. The game went to 2-2 and then 3. The game went to 2-2 and then 3-2. He brought on Gittins when we were losing in the second half. The game went to 3-2. We're now leading. He brought out Gittins again and brought in a defender. He has made it very clear that I will make the sub as quickly as possible for what I need to happen. Against West Ham, 3 players did not come back outside for the second half. So he's made it clear to them that no worry, once you're going to go out. So I think for me, that sets a tone and tells the players that, as much as I talk nice and very friendly, I can also be very ruthless when I need to be. However, where I was going was I think the win, I would give the players that came out for the second half the bigger credit for the win. Because in that first half, the performance was very disjointed, lethargic. However, it was just little fine details. I will not forgive Garnacho. His little fine detail.
But that's what the game is about. It's always fine details. It's always fine details.
Because you can have an unconvincing performance, but stay in the game. Do the basics. Track your man. Run when you need to run. The game, you are not fluid yet. Everything is not working for you yet, but do the basics so that you stay in the game. That's all. And that's what Garnacho, made Hato's work ridiculously difficult. And okay, come out. That's why I would give the players a lot of credit. And even Sánchez with what he said at halftime. Now, Sánchez, I have to say, they have insulted him a lot in the past. At the moment, he's Chelsea's player of the season. At the moment.
But that first goal should not go in, to be fair.
No. I don't blame him. The reason I don't blame him is that guy that was standing in front of him, as the cross was coming in, he saw where the guy was at. He literally stepped back to anticipate that guy's contact.
Yeah.
But that guy didn't touch the ball. As the cross was coming in, he stepped back from where he was standing. Where he was standing, he would have picked the ball like this. But he saw where that guy was standing, so he stepped back to give himself time to react to that guy's touch. But the guy didn't touch the ball. So that guy attempting to touch the ball kind of put him off. So that's what happened. So I don't blame him much for that. I think he's been Chelsea's player of the season. And I also believe that he's been top 2, top 3 goalkeepers in the league this season.
No, that's going too far.
No. I'm gonna.
We hear the other one way you talk, but that's
No. I'll back it up. You can go.
No,
this one is not stadium. This one is not stadium. You can go and actually you can go and actually even look at stats. Even I was shocked when I saw it. Even down to chances created is on top of it for goalkeepers. Saves, crosses, pick, like he's been ridiculous. But because you are not Arsenal on top of the league, and you're not. I think for me, the person that has been better than him in terms of shot stopping this season is Donnarumma. For me, in terms of shot stopping, for me, nobody has been better than Sanchez aside from Donnarumma. And that's assaulted him because the saves, bro.
I think Pickford. This is in Pickford.
There's not a game Chelsea plays. Wait, there's not a game Chelsea plays this season now that Sanchez has not made 1 or 2, not just saves, point-saving saves against Napoli.
Baba, go watch Pickford.
I know that. We'll pull out the stats after now. I'm just saying, I think he's top 2, top 3 best goalkeepers in the league this season. That's what I think.
You can say that, but every time I watch him, right? What I know that he does very well is that I think he recovers from mistakes very well. Back in the day, if Sanchez made a mistake in the game, then that game is going downhill. Yeah. That's how the game is going to go. Like you make another one until
Lammens don't even stop any shots. I don't tire for that boy.
Lammens has done well. This is his first season. Lammens has done well for somebody coming into that kind of.
Did you watch the Arsenal game? Right. So I'll give you a prediction on Lammens, right? I'll give you a prediction on Lammens. Lammens will turn out to be Courtois in 2 years. When you watch him, you'll be like, this is the closest thing I've seen to Courtois. That's what I'm going to say, right? Like I made a tweet yesterday and I put it in the group as well, and I said I said that Lammens is Ineos' best signing yet, right? And that's Ineos have signed Cunha, Buemo, Dogo and co. Dogo is now playing well, so put him there as well, Sesko. But I think Lammens is the best one yet, right? Anyway, with the Sanchez thing, we'll circle back to it, right? I think it's doing better than it was doing before. But I think I've seen a lot better goalkeepers in the league. You understand? People up there. Newcastle goalkeeper.
A lot better goalkeepers where you don't watch all of them.
No, of course, like Raya is there. I've seen.
Raya has not been better than Sanchez this season. Short stop,
That's when when I wear my cap. So I'm gonna say, you don't the cap. You understand? Raya is head and shoulders above Sanchez. Please.
I'm not saying Sanchez is a better goalkeeper.
No, he's saying short stopping. He's saying short stopping.
Even short stopping.
This season, short stopping, Raya has not been better than Sanchez. Sorry. You don't talk say head and shoulders. I'm not saying he's a better goalkeeper.
I know Raya get good defender.
So that's because that's a different conversation.
I know Raya has a good defender, but even on short stopping, you see the shot that it's what Raya said for Man U game. Bro, Raya is too good, man. Anyway, so credit to Chelsea for the win. Don't be say as a colleague is enter top 4. Man, you say let's have it. You come and give me that top 4. Something wrong with you. Collect that for your straight.
Now man, you hand everything did now. Now the odds.
Bro. I was
everybody they do that clear dance.
I was trying to I was watching the game and I was making some notes, right? I was trying to decipher exactly what has happened, because I'm trying to place my obviously Skype is coming,
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out exactly what he has done that has made the team work. And I have to say, I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. It's not about tactics. It's not tactics. It's not tactics at all. But I'll tell you what he has done. Two things. The first is that when you compare the brief that Carrick has, right, and the brief that
no vex.
Go for it.
Let me chip in something with these goalkeepers. I want to read out something to you because I needed to find it out. Just listen, though. Listen. Clean sheets is being led by David Raya with 12, followed by Sánchez with 10. Save percentage, Emiliano Martinez 75%. That's the top. Goals prevented. Robert Sánchez and Jordan Pickford are among the leaders in preventing goals. Unexpected.
That's not what I think you're saying.
No, but that's what I'm telling you. You see what I said? Shots. You know when I said?
You said top two. I said
every game Chelsea plays now. Point saving saves.
Now I know saying Pickford get that one, Sha. I don't watch Pickford.
Jordan Sánchez and Robert Sánchez and Jordan Pickford. I don't read it out to you.
What I'm saying, I said there are many more goalkeepers, right? When you say top two, that means that
I said no. You be relaxed. I said top 2, top 3. You said there are many more goalkeepers that are head and shoulders above. That's how
we just said Raya,
you said head and
Martinez,
shoulders above.
Pickford. You get that's at least 3.
You said head and shoulders above.
This Newcastle goalkeeper they anyone.
Clean sheet is number 2. Wait now. Clean sheet is number 2. Goals prevented is number 1. Saves percentage, Emiliano Martinez is number 1. I said top 2, top 3.
That's what I'm saying. So, what I'm saying is, we have mentioned 3 goalkeepers already. 3.
But I just told you he's number 2 for clean sheets. He's number 1 for goals prevented.
No, clean sheet, I didn't need to know. Clean sheet is Arsenal. That one, nobody needs to even... You understand? Nobody needs to argue that one. We know that. We don't need stats for that one.
With how useless Chelsea's defense is, for him to even be number 2 on clean sheets, that's to tell you what he has done this season.
Chelsea have Caicedo. Chelsea have Caicedo. They have Cucurella. Cucurella is the best left back in the Premier League.
Oh, Cucurella is the best left back in the Premier League now.
No doubt.
But he is
everybody don't agree now. But Cucurella, but when you say Chelsea's defense is bad, it's not about you being the best left back in the league. You are one man. It's the defense.
Relax now. Reece James. Is it which right back is better than Reece James?
But all of us agree say Reece James now midfield mostly. Then he plays.
You have to look at how they deploy the team, right? The starting position is midfield, right? But how do they deploy the team? You understand? When you see Caicedo and Reece James, that's extra security. There's a reason he's in the team there. You understand? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Continue. What I'm going to do again is I'm going to bring out short-faced. So let's continue with Mayu. Pull them out. What I can say, what I said, I'm not sure what I said. I said Jordan Pickford. I watched Pickford get like I couldn't understand. I never just understand why Pickford was England number 1, right? In the last 2 years, I have understood why he's England number 1. The boy the same ball.
Like mad. Point blank save, bro.
Before I was like,
now Pickford. No. I give him that one.
The guy saves balls. This guy at Newcastle, Pope.
Nick Pope, yeah.
Yeah. Pope is not bad at all as well. This Martinez, of course, everybody knows Martinez is the top goalkeeper. Like, for me, I think it was the best goalkeeper in the world for at least a year or 2 years. So I'm very surprised that he's Martinez.
Yeah, two.
But Sánchez has done well. What I can say is that when I watch him now, I don't see the errors. Like there's some sometimes when I used to watch him before, you watch him and you're like, is your mind in this game? Like, are you is your heart and soul in
like
this game?
Like he wants to play.
You understand? Like it say this in Brighton type, with us pleasure around. I see that he is locked in now, and that's a good thing, right? But I'll go back to the Carrick thing, right? Going back to the Carrick thing. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody, right? United fans are so happy now, but I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. It's not tactics, right? There are 2 things. The first is the brief that both managers have, right? And that's why I'm calling on everybody to chill a little bit and allow the guy to do the job, right, that he was given. which is take care of the club until the end of the season. When we get to that line, we'll reevaluate whatever we need to reevaluate and know where we are. The brief that Ruben Amorim was given, and I'm not even holding brief for Ruben Amorim, it's not important, right? When they give you a brief to bring back a behemoth to life, right? They tell you your job, right, is to bring back this behemoth. Like, we are putting this project in your hands, right? You are now at the center of the storm, like there's a tornado, and you are the center of it. That can be unsettling. It can unsettle your core, your beliefs, like you're doubting, like, man, look at this club. It's United. If you just oppose that with a brief, they come and tell you, you know what, this club is in trouble, right? Well, bring you here, right, to take care of it. You're not tasked with setting the culture. You're not tasked with giving us an image. You're not going to be the face of the club. Just go in there and take care of it. Arrive us at the end of the season. That's a different brief entirely, right? So that's one thing. Now it does that difference in briefs allows the managers to go about their jobs differently. I'm only walking into that job thinking that I have to do everything, like, you know, every single detail. There are things that Carrick is going to say on training ground, like, no, I'm going to overlook that. So it's not that important to me, right? That behavior, no, it's fine. You know, I'm here for end of season. So he's not gonna be nitpicking. And nitpicking can sometimes unsettle people. It can make people tense. The second thing is his personality, right? Amorim, for what it's worth, he's a very passionate guy. You know, he's like on the edge. He lives on the edge. He says it like he sees it. He wears, you know, his hat on his sleeves. So, to that effect, everything he sees, right, he transmits that pressure on the players. Oh, we need to do well. Oh, we need to do well now because everybody's watching us. The club is... That can unsettle the players in a way. So even with, like, I was watching the Sesko interview. Sesko kept making the point. He said, we're not done too much different. The thing is, off the ball, we're working a bit more and things like that. And I just sensed that Amorim was, even not knowing it, transmitting his own tension to the players. The pressure that the club put on him, he was putting it on the players. And at United, unfortunately, the club is too big for players to play with pressure. The only way players will play at United is if somebody else takes the pressure off them. Somebody else just takes the pressure off them and say, you know what, I'm taking this off you guys go and play. And that's why every time that happened, under Ole, United played well, because the players just went out there and played, you know, in the first season. Ten Hag, first season, players went and played well. Amorim did the exact opposite. So took the brief that the club gave him and put on the players' pressure. So he played like Euro. You watch Euro and he's tense. You know, he bring the ball from the back, he's tense, he's worried. The pass he should make is this pass. But he wants to make that pass because he's tense. He doesn't want to lose the ball. Guys like Maguire, Maguire started playing well under Amorim, right? So, but if you compare that to Carrick is a cool personality. He's like, the way he played the game, you can tell like this guy is not fixed. When I watch him now, it's like he has taken that brief. I'm like, you know what? When you go out to the pitch, do the things that you're comfortable doing. So when I watch Meno, for example, now, Meno takes the ball and he's like, no, I'm just going to play, right? Martinez just going to play, right? Why in a shithole already? So just go and play. The third thing and the last thing is that the guy put the players in the right positions. Unfortunately, it looked like rocket science under Amorim. But again, when the manager has won something and he believes in it, then he's entitled to that belief. He has to go with what he knows. Carrick can just come and say, you know what? You play where you play. Midfield will clog it up, you know, Casemiro, Meno. Then let's see if it doesn't work. But unfortunately for him, won the first game, did the second game it worked, third game, same thing. You know, so I think that's the key thing. I don't think it's tactical. I think people talk about tactics, oh, he's changed, you know, he's coming, he's done that. I put on the group this morning, I said, I watched the United Fulham game and people were like, Enzo, shout out to Enzo does our thumbnails. I was saying, oh, there's space in the midfields. He's seeing some gaps in pressing, you know, Fulham got us. I'm like, look, what he has done very well, right, is the players are playing natural positions, but also I can also see the team benefiting from the tactical understanding that Amorim has put in the team. So you see United do this thing where they change from a back four to a back three in the game and go from a back three to a back five in the game easily. when we're defending. And people can say, oh, no, he's giving too much credit to, he's taking too much credit away from Carrick and giving it to Amorim. No, I'm not giving credit to Amorim. I'm just saying the team is benefiting from coming from a 3 at the back that used to morph into a 4, sometimes into a 5, and now into a normal standard 4. Because you see Dalot goes into right centre back and plays there. Sometimes Luke Shaw goes into left centre back and plays there. Martinez plays as, someone like a midfield player. Maguire plays in, Dalot comes in. So just those little things that I just wanted to put that out there because someone asked me in the group and things like that. So yeah, I don't think I have anything as well.
I totally get you. Like you said, my problem with caretaker coaches is that it's more of the players, going through another phase of examination, another phase of trials, because they know that this might not be the full-time coach, this might not be the head coach. They want to show that they still have something to do at United. They still have what it takes to play for United. As much, no disrespect to Michael Carrick, but what happened against Fulham is what we've always seen United do. Lead 2-0, you get the team gets 1 goal and they come back against United. I feel that win against Fulham was pure luck. As much as you want to say, Carrick was the one behind the ball, I still feel that they could have easily drawn that game, and probably lost that game. So I'm not taking anything away from Carrick, but I'm still very scared that this is new manager bounce.
After you don't yank everything away from him.
After removing, you get.
I still think this is new manager bounce. I was talking to a friend and I said that when you start noticing, something that is not new manager bounce, it's probably after 10 games. The players getting used to the manager, seeing him every day, understand that this is him, and what it becomes worse when they now realize that the club has given the manager everything, like in terms of confidence. They now know that probably this guy will stay, probably will be the head coach. But for now, I don't want to analyze things. I still believe this is the manager.
The big credit I'll give Carrick, and I was just playing back what I said in my head, and I have to give him credit for his overall management of the squad has been. It's not easy, has been impeccable, right? But guess what? It's the same things that Amorim would have been killed for that he's doing, right? Putting Lenny Yoro on the bench and putting Šeško on the bench. Šeško has not started a game under Carrick, right? He was under Amorim. They would have found him to tell him, you play 12 players. Can you sign a player, for £70 million and you don't start him.
And put him on the bench.
And put him on the bench. And you're not playing, you're playing a winger in centre forward where you have a natural centre forward on the bench.
He has the grace for now. That
is the grace that comes with being, first of all, an Englishman and a media darling as well.
No, exactly. So, first of all, you're an Englishman. Second of all, you're a legend of the club. You're always going to get a little bit more. No, we're not going to insult him or whatever. And also coming as a caretaker manager, you're also going to get a little bit of buy-in from the players too. First of all, that's the legend of the club. Everybody respects him. Nobody is going to stand for us disrespecting this guy. However, I don't know if it was on the pod. I was saying, somebody asked me. I said, I think Carrick has kept it simple. That's what I feel has worked. The thing that our tech bro at Stamford Bridge said, I mean, everybody has made fun out of it, which is nice, but it's actually true. The bunch of managing at that level is actually managing players. That's the bunch of it. The guy said, look, this thing is 10 to 20% tactical. This thing is 90% because they've handed you talented players anyway.
Yeah.
Next thing now is
we've all said that people over tacticalize
them for this talent to shine. Because when the talent, if you, for example, if
see Thomas Frank for Spurs, see how he's struggling.
If a Kobe, for example, now, if his talent shines to the level of this is where the talent is supposed to. You're most likely you're watching a guy that's playing really well. You're most likely going to even win more games as a result of that. So the biggest challenge is how do I platform these guys in a way where this talent is able to shine. And that's why the major part of the job is actually managing these players. And when you are Amorim, yes, we've talked about if you have won if you have used the formula to win, you always want to continue with it. But where Amorim got it wrong is if you have won that much, if you have won in sports and you come into the Premier League, it's like, yo, you have to earn your stripes here too. That's like if you go from the Premier League and then you go to a place like sport and then there's this guy has really done it at the highest level. If you have won in the Portuguese league and you're coming to the Premier League, whether you like it or not, you have to earn your stripes. APB came to Chelsea as a Portuguese champion. They came to Chelsea, Lampard and co were looking at him like, who's this guy that's sitting John Terry on the bench and sitting Drogba on the bench? Who's this guy? You know, so you have to earn your. So, and the thing with Amorim is, if you don't start Shesko and you don't start this person and you win, nobody cares. So, despite the fact that Carrick is an Englishman, he gets all this grace. He beat City, he beat Arsenal at home. No worry, people are going to that grace. If not 50 before, it don't extend to 100.
Yeah,
immediately, you don't extend to 200 safe. So that's the thing. If Amorim was winning, because if you are not winning, you have to really think about, okay, what do I need to do? What's going on? One thing I would never agree with, Amorim did very well, you know, trying to re-engineer the culture at the club, trying to set the players straight, trying to build the culture back up, did amazingly well. But what I would never agree with, you can't have a team where too many players are playing in wrong positions. It's too many. If you have 2-3, but too many. Oh, Ahmad is playing out this where. Yeah, Ahmad might be playing out.
The Ahmad one I can never agree with that because Ahmad played excellently well under Amorim.
No.
Like,
I'm not saying
even by the players' admission, Ahmad played very well.
I'm not saying he didn't play well, but like we have agreed before now, it's like when Tuchel did that thing at Chelsea. Ahmad might be playing well. How does it affect the entire dynamics of the entire team? And even him playing well is because he has a mentality of wherever the coach puts me, I'll do my job, I'll do my best. Possibly that's why he's playing well. But if he plays his preferred position, you possibly get 90 as opposed to the 70 or 75 you're getting now. So, and then aside from Ahmad, you're playing Bruno as a CM. Don't worry, Bruno is still doing what Bruno does. He's still creating, he's still going forward. But if you put him where he's supposed to be, you possibly get 90 as opposed to 80 you're getting now, or 70 you're getting. So you have too many of that on the field. I saw it with Tuchel. I'll never understand it. I'll never agree with it. That's the only thing I don't agree with Amorim. So with Carrick, I also agree it's not tactics. Even if you are going to do tactics, how many training sessions have you had with all the games that are coming thick and fast? It cannot be tactics. He has kept it simple. Oh, this is where this guy loves to play. One very key thing, told Bruno, go to that attacking midfield. That's where we need you.
Calvin Bassey didn't say he passed like that. You know, when I saw the pass to Bruno, right? I knew that. I remember when Kevin De Bruyne used to go into to drift where he wants on the pitch, just drifts where he wants on the pitch, right? That's the biggest difference. When Amorim played Bruno in this thing, if you actually watch United well, Amorim's brief to Bruno was, when we are building the game, I want you to be part of the build-up. But once you get the ball out of the first phase, disappear. Go where you want to go, right? However, the difference under Carrick now is that Bruno no concern me with that build-up. You understand?
With that build-up.
Arrive the ball to me, right, in the key area. When I saw the pass to Bruno, I remember when Kevin De Bruyne used to go to the right wing and say, you know what, Haaland, in this next 5 minutes, right, we're going to finish the game. I'm going to send you 2 crosses that will be spot on for you. When I saw the pass, I was like, Ambassador, don't worry. You won't be able to touch. Now, power.
You see that pass that you said against Fulham? You see that pass that you said against Fulham? Another example is the Arsenal game. The Dogu goal, the Kura goal. See where Martinez is trying to tread to between the lines. If Bruno wasn't there, there was somebody there. So those are the places, and I've said this multiple times on the show, those are the places your most devastating attacking players need to be receiving the ball. The opposition can't handle it. They will never handle it. If they play somebody like Bruno, if you give him the ball there 1, 2, 3 times, and you defend this one, you defend that one, don't worry. The one way go turn to go come. And speaking of Bruno, I remember when KDB was playing, and it didn't matter what position every other person was playing. The narrative went out, and everybody stuck with it. The same thing when Rodri was playing. Bruno is the best player in this league now. I don't care what anybody. Bruno is the best player in the Premier League today. I
think I agree with that.
Whether you play defense, whether
I think I agree with that.
Striker, whether you
Best midfielder, yes, but best player, no.
I know. That's why I started. I knew this is what's going to come. Say, oh, he's best midfielder. I agree. I knew. That's why I started with when KDB was playing. Nobody cared that he was playing in midfield, and other people was playing defense and attack. When Rodri was being called the best in the world, nobody cared that there were other people scoring goals and there were other people defending. Bruno is the best player in this league. There is no team in this league that Bruno walks in today that he does not take the starting 11 shirts. Well, I don't care who's going to sit down. He takes it and he starts immediately. There is no team he walks into that he does not immediately improve. If you put Bruno in the Arsenal team now, he guarantees them the league.
No, easy. I say Champions League, sir. I say Champions League. I say Champions League, sir.
Whether I don't care if you put them in the Arsenal team, whether in a Liga, whether in a Champions League, it guarantees it. Because now Arsenal,
even if you carry and go Wolves, they will survive the league.
As a guy, I go stadium. Stadium. As a guy, I go. As Arsenal lose against Man U, you get small fear don't come. And even till now, it's just 6 points. It's not a lot. It's 2 games. If you put Bruno in the Arsenal team now, he guarantees them the league. I don't care what anybody says. That guy is the best player in this league now.
I agree with that. And it was, I think you said it rightly so because of when KDB was playing and what people said. And we all said, look, he's the best player in the league. There's nobody touching him, right? But I was watching the game yesterday and I said, let's not make any mistake, right? Bruno is not playing 10 over 10 every game. I made a tweet. I said, yeah, I think I finally confirmed it. Bruno will play in any United team in any era, right? And when I started that narrative, right, 2-3 weeks ago, it was out of because I'm a core United fan. I've seen this club play. I was thinking, Brian Robson, David Beckham, Paul Scholes. I mean, nostalgia won't kill me, they're top players. But then, just talk to me that, look, what I'm watching in front of me from this guy, Bruno, is quite on the level of the best thing I've ever seen at United. What I'm watching in front of me is quite on the level of what Paul Scholes was doing. What I'm watching is what is on the level that Ryan Giggs was doing, even though on a more so I was thinking the nostalgia was holding back. I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna put it out. I think Bruno would have played in any South African team. Emeka messaged me on Twitter, mentioned me and said, are you saying he will start? Or I'm saying what I'm saying is that he would be, all of his quality, he would be undroppable. He would be undroppable. I don't know how you, but he will be undroppable.
So the reason I agree with you, let me quickly help you there, because people are going to listen to you and go, oh, it's impossible. But you have to listen well. When you say that, it's going to start for any era, because most of the time when people listen to that, they are going to then merge all the eras together and say, oh, he can't be. No. All these midfielders did not play in the same era too. Brian Robson did not play in the same era as this is not the same era. So what we're saying is the eras differently. When it was Carrick, whatever, Fletcher, whatever, I can see it. Like, you have to start Bruno, because this guy, I have not seen a goal hunter. Like, I have not seen a goal hunter like this guy. Like, this guy is incredible.
Volume creator, bro. And by the way, Shesko is going to make his going to make his way out of this front watch, right? And I love the fact that they're benching him, because I think that no.
He has 5 goals now. He has 5 goals now.
Before Carrick came, he was scoring. Carrick came and dropped him. And for me, that's a coach that, I don't like them players come in and play them off the back of price tag. I don't like it. You understand? I don't like it. A player has to a player has to understand that except you are Bruno Fernandes and they bring in. You are Frank Lampard. You are Ballack. When they buy Ballack that year, right? You come and walk into the team, please. Let's roll out the camera for you, sir. You understand? When Ballack come Chelsea that year, they just tell them boys say, that's the one I do. Let's say Ballack will start.
And he came in as a 30-year-old.
Ballack will play. You get. So, like, that's what it is, right? So I like the fact that bench him, and when he came on, sorry.
Wrap up in about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. When he came on, he missed the chance, right? And to have the mental toughness to score that chance, because when he took the first touch, I thought the chance had gone. I thought the chance had gone. And for the first time, now I say, I did body shoots. What we bought Shesko for is the guy's shooting power is ridiculous. The shoot where that shoot that ball, oh my God.
I was telling somebody yesterday. After I finished playing football, so we're watching the highlights of the game, and I was telling somebody, I said, see, in this Premier League, yes, they pay them a lot of money, but we judge strikers too quickly. When you sign a 22, 23-year-old striker, whether you like, especially you don't come into United, whether you like it or not, it can happen that the guy comes, is not just good enough. There's that. Mentality-wise, he can't handle all that. But there's also a chance you give this guy, one thing people fail to factor in is that there are some talents that when they come in, they don't care. You can carry them to mass. They don't give me ball, I go knock out. And usually, that's why I always make people understand. Usually, those talents are the exception. That's why you don't find a lot of them. Most of the time, the player comes in, even the dressing room when he don't come, he's not even familiar with it. He just come most of the time. Most of the time when you come like that, you are not even talking a lot in the dressing room because you just come. You are a 22-year-old. You are not free yet. Like you are not even free to express yourself. So you think that will translate onto the field. It will take a while.
You would, for sure.
Exactly. So
what are you doing on your screen now, Aviki? Fire on the ball for your house.
I don't know. Now this ring light to make I offer.
Your ring light, the AI, you don't get the life of you.
Table. Anyway, and by the way, Cunha is the striker. Cunha is not number 10. Cunha is striker. He's not number 10.
What do you mean he's a striker?
Now Cunha for 9. Now Mbeumo for 9.
No, Mbeumo said, Mbeumo, see, I like what's happening, right? Because everything on the club, everybody, Mbeumo is not an out and out winger. He's not. Mbeumo is not as tricky as Ahmad. Ahmad won't keep him for right wing. Oh my God. See,
Ahmad is a quality player.
But who loaned that Ahmad? Who loaned that boy? That person is supposed to do that.
No,
person.
He was
a kid now.
What a child, bro.
That boy don't be kid. I mean, he good die. He good pieces.
Ahmad is too good, bro.
Now I want to destroy Ahmad.
Bro, that boy good pieces. I said that boy too good. But I like what Kamibasi do him. But you say Kamibasi do him for that match.
You know what happened now?
Bro, that was
one football.
Bro. Kamibasi will be playing for Madrid next season. You guys will go and write it down. Kamibasi. Proper Madrid player.
I hope it happens and I hope it plays. But what happened to?
I think I played it. I think I played it. I really think I played
that boy get character. That boy get as in.
If I
collect that ball from Ahmad, I say no. This is pure character.
I'm buying the guy.
No, Kamibasi is a proper Chelsea type defender. He's a proper.
I'm telling you, he's Rudiger all over again, bro.
No, I'll sign him. Yeah. If I can, I'll sign him immediately.
You get. Make Cole will go say, as I come back, I'll take some time, but completion day. You're not going to win the team.
Yes.
You understand? By the way, they say Ogate go unlock Garnacho. I think that's right.
That guy say you need Ugarte to unlock. I say we don't go charge you that. I said something.
Well, you be waiting to Ugarte. Ugarte with a ball for PS.
No. You know Asaramo. If you want to wait, go Google app. If you want to wait to do it, Ugarte. Now we want first sign from PSG that time. Now we want first sign.
So if I want to make I sign down, best.
Exactly.
Sign up. Anyway,
Gabby and this guy, they are getting injured a lot. You need him in your midfield.
That's
You know how
who
they
can play for Champions League?
should be back at the playoff spots now. We won't know until the end of February when the playoffs is done.
Okay.
No, back I know they playoff.
Oh
no, back at the
qualified. They did for
Back I will do also, man. You don't downgrade us. You don't even know.
No. Actually, I wanted to say you're in the round of 16. A mistake. That's why I said we won't know who back is playing until the playoffs is done. I wanted to say
no be your fault.
This Madrid PSG
no worry.
is very unfair. This PSG Benfica sorry. Real Madrid Benfica is very unfair. It's very unfair. You get. Another time Mbappe going to say, Ballon d'Or.
But guess what? They can go and beat them again. Because like we said, if you see that Benfica game, that Benfica Madrid game, my brother, those Benfica...
I beg, change home anyway.
That home anyway now. Those Benfica players, you go to say, Mourinho don't sit them down like this. Play them clip of Essien, Mikel, Kalele, this thing, Diarra, Sami Khedira. You don't play them the clip, but the way they play Madrid players here,
yeah, bro,
everywhere.
Run into them anyhow. No, Madrid cannot play, but Madrid cannot play. Madrid cannot play.
No. I don't think Madrid will win against any serious team. But you see, in
any serious team like this,
we don't tell now before. I don't want yet. The team where they play proper ball now for Spain now Barca. A lot of clubs have play ball past Madrid. And they always tell now I know they get. See, if I know the couple, a lot of clubs have play ball past Real Madrid. That Madrid now based on say players good though. Same way we play ball, bro.
Real Sociedad and was it Real Sociedad or Real Betis? They play better football than Barcelona. Get out without an highline.
By the way, I say that boy is best here. After Haaland, you don't gonna get better. Sure, I don't say he could get better.
Of course now.
Yes, now.
Like
get better.
What we are seeing is not in he's warming up. That boy is warming up.
The point I like
you see that going to
ball playing striker.
Yeah.
That's some Torres bullshit, bro.
That's a Torres kind of goal. Yeah, that's a Torres kind of goal.
That's some Torres bullshit. You know the kind of audacity. No.
The goal was the goal. So the
biggest. The boy is coming. He's coming.
The biggest thing for that goal is that from that angle way in there, you don't see the far post, man. Say, man, this is open. I don't need to do too much. He just do leg like this. He just knock out. You know, the boy is
the boy can play. The boy can play. I feel like he's like Berbatov, right? With a bit of Torres, speed.
That's why I always say that Isak, when Isak comes back, except anyway, we're hearing slots.
No. See, Isak needs to leave. No, Isak. Man not do like Carragher. Say leave football before the ball leaves you.
Now they apologize.
Isak actually needs to leave. I'm sorry. I'm serious. Or the way they can do it is that Isak you go play Champions League, Ekitike go play Premier League. You understand?
Person you don't pay 150 for. Leave go here. When you don't pay 150 for.
So, I think that Isak is the perfect Barcelona player. I promise you.
To come back, no, they have Rashford. They have Rashford, so they don't need him. For him to come back, when they want to see the money, take sign Isak.
You say Liverpool, anything they won't collect now. The worst case scenario, they'll collect 100.
Yes,
100. Yeah.
For Isak to come back and even stand a chance, man, he has to come back. Any game, they just bring him from bench, make him score 2. Because that's why I say, Mama, if you actually sabi play ball, and then they play the ball.
Anywhere now you go play ball.
Put you for bench. Yeah, I don't care which kind of coach. They don't go put you for
bench. They're not saying about Bruno. Say he will be undroppable. The mistake we will do is say they will play as they play him. That's going to be the end. You understand? That will be the end. Anyway, let's leave it there. I think we touched Chelsea. I think Liverpool are coming back small. But
yeah, which is why everything is aligning for Arsenal. Because I don't think City. I think City will lose at the Anfield. So I don't know.
Yeah. Shouldn't cancel Chelsea Arsenal because I check fixture. I don't see him again. I say,
tomorrow now.
Okay, that was in the Carabao Cup, I mean.
Yeah, Carabao Cup. Yeah, tomorrow.
First leg was what? 3-2.
3-2, yes.
3-2, yeah.
So what happened second leg?
My brother.
And Emery did it go now.
You know, senior man don't talk say if they win this one, they will win 4 titles. So I just need my boys to do something for me and make sure they don't get into the final. You know. I feel like I don't know, Sha. It's at the Emirates. It's a difficult game. Or at that we go start every single player. If possible, we go play safe. You know.
I think the problem will be corner. The problem will be set pieces. That will be the problem.
It's always the problem.
They will beat Chelsea on set pieces. But in a real game, I don't think they will beat Chelsea.
Yeah, I think I'm the way I'm seeing the game, I'm looking at it might be so tight, it might go into penalties. It might be so tight, it might go into penalties.
Palmer missed one goal yesterday. We paid me.
Bruh.
Last week
before. Yeah.
I say Palmer, we see. Palmer give me the agenda now.
Not back to his best yet, but it's gradual. It's coming in he get nice passes. I'm like, what I love it for him is that he's not one of those English players that their rise is hooked to how many goals they score.
No, I really hope that he can show more of his game on the other side.
He can actually play. So that's the thing. If you're not a Chelsea fan, all those times when they score, it might be like, oh, when he's not scoring, is a. But
no, at the point he was start padding. See, that time, one time I don't go ball like this.
No, that goal, they find goal now.
They find goal, die like thief.
They find goal now.
Yeah.
So now,
why I want that to happen is because you end up at Man U, so you need to know how to play well. That's the Bruno replacement. Head to the throne.
I get 250.
You know. When I see that Black Balo Casemiro do yesterday, hey, bro. Oh my God.
Casemiro is rolling back the years.
I swear, man.
Maybe I don't beg. I mean, still one more season,
No. You don't wait something. When God don't give you exit, you take it.
My brother, God don't give a better sweet exit like this.
Exit, say, Mama, you have done too much in the game to go out as be insulted. So let me give you this last drink.
Bro.
You understand?
Baba says as this season they go. He say, this is the time for me to Tuama.
Tuama straight.
I don't know.
It's a very good timing. He's gonna end as one of the best players for United this season. Leave. No slander, no nothing. You know, the way he has even been playing, my God. They come out.
That's 60 million. See that 60 million doesn't look so bad anymore. You know?
Yes.
Doesn't look so bad anymore.
Winning is
anyway. Winning is the name of the game, bro. That's it. All right, THP. Yeah, we jumped 100 subscribers in the last week, so we thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. Look, for all those who watch this video, we can announce to you that we're back. We're back potentially next week. So something is cooking very big, right? Very big, and we just might. I don't know. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I'm very excited about it.
That one way you talk, don't do.
Let me leave it there. Let me leave it there.
Steady on.
Thank you guys. Keep subscribing. Keep dropping the dollars. In the comments. $10, $20 here, 100 there, 1K there, and before you know it, boom. We don't buy private jets. Anyway, we'll see you very soon. Bye bye.